Papadon and the White Rose. Stay tuned for an impromptu car interview that I had with Don right after his 80th birthday party. He and Joan and I went out to Canes for his first visit there, and then afterwards we had a little interview. We're here driving with Papadon. He has just turned 80 years old, and today for lunch he treated Jonah and me to Canes. Beautiful Canes, yum. Papadon, what do you think about Canes?
I think they have a superb business model that seems to be working. That place was overflowing with customers. They have a simple menu done extremely well.
How was the chicken?
It was finger looking good.
And the sauce?
And that was finger looking good too. And it's a model reminiscent of In-N-Out Burger, where they do a few simple things and
Perfect. That's good enough. Good enough. All right. Now, we want to hear the story, not a long story, a good story of how you met Nana. Let's hear it.
Janet and I were starting our first year at Brigham Young University as juniors. And during the first week, I met her in the Brigham Young University library when she was sitting at a table studying, and I sat almost across from her and sort of sneaked a glance at her and thought she was a beautiful woman. We studied for a while independently, and then she got up and said, "Will you do me a favor? Will you watch my books while until I come back?"
Where was she headed?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But and then she smiled at me, and when she smiled at me, I had this feeling like the sunshine had broken through the clouds, and like the angels were singing.
Angels
almost.
sing, the clouds parted, the rainbow came out.
It felt like that. That's very good. That's how it felt. And I was elated until I waited there for about an hour studying. Then I had to go to class and leave her book. So I left a message saying, "Pardon me for my derelicts and duties, but I had to go to class. I'll make it up to you by taking you out to lunch tomorrow at the Smith Family Living Center," which was a nice cafeteria close to the library.
Mm-hmm.
And we indeed ended up going there.
How'd you connect afterwards?
Finding we had, I think I left my phone number, and then we had a great conversation. And then I invited her to a date that Friday night for the football game, and took her out to dinner at a nice restaurant, the closest one, a nice one, the Royal Inn. And then after the game, we went to my cousin Pam Garrick's dormitory party, and we had a good time there.
How long did it take you before you gave her a goodnight kiss? That night?
I don't actually remember. It was months after that.
Months?
Yeah.
Old-fashioned.
Yeah. But anyways, she was the most wonderful human being. And
talk loud. We've got a loud car in front of us.
So she, within a month after we met, she had put a date on our calendar for when we'd get married, and I didn't, unbeknownst to me. And then I later made up my mind to propose to get married to her on that same date that she, and I had no idea, but somehow she made it come true. And that was the best thing I ever did in my life. I felt good about it, prayed about it. It was like
you lived happily ever after.
God directed, and we got married in Los Angeles Temple a year after we met. And
we'll ask Nana this same question. Yeah. Let's put this to the test and see what she remembers. What else? Any other good stories?
Well,
we'll pause. We'll think about it for a second.
One of the
oh, you got one?
One that comes to mind is I was going to present her diamond ring, which I had researched very carefully and gone down to the LA Jewelry Mart to get a genuinely good deal. And I was going to present it to him, and as I was on my way out, I picked a rose, a white rose.
Aha.
And then I thought about how that reminds me of her. By the time I got there, I presented her with this rose and some beautiful flowery words about her purity and how she's like a white rose and her beauty and had a good spiel. I can't remember what it was now. And then I presented it to her, and she smelled it, and then I said, "Well, look more closely," and then she saw the diamond ring was inside the rose.
Wow.
And she got excited. Almost she knew it was coming, but sometime.
I just had a thought. I didn't realize.
What?
Either Don is having a bad memory and he's now incorporated it into his own memory, or Pam and I did the same thing. I gave Pam, I think it was a white rose. I'll have to double check with her. And the ring was in the top, and I gave it to her. I was super sick and I just couldn't wait anymore. It wasn't very romantic, but I gave it to her in her when I picked her up from church, and I gave her a rose, and there's a ring in it, and she's like, "Is it for me? Is it for me?" So I think it was very similar. We might have done the white rose.
That is amazing.
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
That is amazing. I think that Pam and you and our family were destined to be together before coming to Earth.
Even with my weak chin, and what else? He's speechless.
You ended up having wonderful children.
Oh, good. The children make up for it, because I'm the ugly duckling. All right.
Oh no, it was all about the children.
Here's another one. We just turned how old?
80 years old.
80 years old. How much longer do you want to? How much longer do you want to go?
I want to live as long as President Nelson, our current prophet of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
And he's
doing well and is going strong and is at 94.
So you want 14, 15 more years?
Yes.
All right.
The best years of my life. Maybe 20, and I'll make the 80-20 rule, Pareto's principle.
Ah.
And have this be the most important, valuable 20 years of the 100. Now I'm ready. I've learned a few things.
What are you going to do different these last 20 years?
I'm going to try to go more by inspiration and obedience to God's plan and getting ideas that are beyond mine.
I coached him what to say. We'll see if he remembers.
They're beyond mine. Try new and different things.
What about these past memories and regrets and thoughts and feelings?
I will, at age 80, I've had my allotted 40 years, and now these are bonus years, and I can start clean and do what I want to do, and what I really think is best, without having to earn a living, without having to please anybody except God, and try to do the best I can in the world, and see how far I can go.
AKA no regrets.
And what kind of man I can be, and no regrets. The atonement of Jesus Christ makes up for that, and just see how far I can go as a human being to become a better person to return to God.
Perfect. We just spent an afternoon at Huntington Beach, had a good time. We've been down here for the 80th, and gave Don the car ride interview on our drive home. I figured while he's driving, he can't think too much. He just has to speak from the heart. So this was a great interview. Thanks, Don. Last words?
Thanks, Dane. You're a wonderful human being and son-in-law.
Jonah, give us some words.
I don't know.
And you have some great kids.
I don't know. That's all.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone, and have a great day. Thanks, family and friends, for watching this impromptu interview with Don, driving home from Canes. We had a great time, and it was a wonderful birthday party weekend out there, February 2019. Click below for a video where we review and watch scenes from his birthday party. Thanks.